Hi, I'm Iyare and this is Fantastic Realm. Now whether you're into Marvel, DC or indie comics, we've got you covered this week, and in addition to all of our normal good stuff, we'll be giving one lucky Fantastic Realm viewer a bunch of Rainbow Orchid goodies, just like we promised we would last week. Stick around. This is Viking number 2. What's not to love about this book? It's Vikings killing each other, murderous, raping and pillaging Vikings. The art style by Nick Klein on this is entirely perfect for this story. It's visceral, it's brutal, it's just got a real sort of raw energy about the way each page of this book looks. And then you've got like a really kind of great script. The dialogue in this book is just really kind of cool as well. So if you missed the first issue, don't worry, there is a catch-up in the back of Walking Dead number 64, of which more later, but in the meantime, really check this out. Written by Ivan Brandon, drawn by Nick Klein. This is Viking number 2 and it's out this week. If you're a mouthy mercenary who finally made some moolah, well, if you're Deadpool, what you do is you go off and become a pirate, me hearties. That's right, that's what you do. You go hit the high seas looking for bounty and booty and other things that begin with B. Deadpool 13, absolutely awesome, humongously funny. Grab yourself a copy. It's out this week. This is Red Robin number 3, in which we see Tim Drake on his ongoing search to try and find Batman. He just won't accept that maybe Bruce is actually dead. It's been real fun, great art, great script on this one. I think it's well worth checking out. It's out this week, Red Robin number 3. Very good value package from The Walking Dead this month. This is Walking Dead number 64, and we get the first part of Viking in the back of this, but more importantly we get the next part of The Walking Dead sprawling zombie monochromatic epic that it is. We're halfway through the Fear the Hunters storyline, and this has got a great moment in it, the moment in which the tide turns. I love that moment in comic books. Kirkman handles it beautifully in this. It's just quality all the way through. If you haven't been following it, jump on board The Walking Dead. I know if you're not into zombie things and horror things, seriously, there's more to it than that. This is Walking Dead number 64 and it's on your shelves this week. Amazing Spider-Man number 602. Once again we find Peter Parker in a perilous pickle. What's new there? Same old, and yet somehow there's a kind of a freshness about this. There's been a real bounce in the step of the Amazing Spider-Man since the whole reboot a few months ago. Spider-Man 602 is definitely one you need to grab. It's on the shelves this week.
How you like me now? 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 Remember the time when I eat you up? Yeah, I was alive that you can't give up. If I was to cheat,
I promised we'd take a look at this last week. This is the Marvel's Project number 1, and whilst I haven't read any of the preview stuff, so I don't know what this is supposed to be, it comes across as a retelling of the beginning of the heroic age of the Marvel universe. It starts off in 1938 and goes from there, and it's got a real interesting film noir sort of a feel to it, the sort of thing that Ed Brubaker has made his name doing and is brilliant at. And it's got really good art, this as well. It's just an awesome looking book. I cannot wait to see how this 8-parter turns out and what ramifications it has, if any, for the wider Marvel universe. I enjoyed it. I think you should check it out. This is the Marvel's Project number 1, out this week. Last week on the show we ran a competition to give away a signed copy of The Rainbow Orchid, a brand new book by Garen Ewing. All you had to do was send me an email telling me who wrote the Tintin books that were such a big influence on Garen when he was writing The Rainbow Orchid. The answer, of course, was Hergé, and our winner was Holden Weil, who sent us an email. We're going to try and get that package out to you, Holden, so look out for an email from me. We'll have another Fantastic Realm competition for you soon, so look out for that. In the wake of Ultimatum, the Ultimate Universe is getting a reset, and we see Ultimate Spider-Man #1 hitting the shelves this week. This version of Spider-Man is very teeny. He's very much a teenager. He's flipping burgers to make a few extra quid, and things in the wake of the Ultimatum wave are actually going reasonably okay for Spider-Man for once. Let's see how long that lasts. It's a really good fun book, this, worth checking out if you're into the Ultimates universe. This is Ultimate Spider-Man #1. The Ultimate Avengers get a reset this month in the shape of Ultimate Avengers #1. All of the events of this book take place in the wake of the events of Ultimatum. So great swathes of the world were destroyed by Magneto. I'm a big Miller fan, and there are some great kind of sequences in this book and a twist at the end that is worth the price of admission by itself. I'm going to be following this. I reckon you should probably check it out as well. This is Ultimate Avengers #1, and it hits the stands this week. Big week for Blackest Night this week, as we see 3 books hit the stand. So in the order you're supposed to read them. Firstly, this is Blackest Night #2, and in this one we see that the DC Universe heroes are just starting to realise that the normal way in which they would deal with bad guys, i.e. punch them, isn't going to work on members of the Black Lantern Corps. Really enjoyed it so far. This is the first bit of Blackest Night you need this week. Blackest Night #2 on the shelves right now. This is the Green Lantern Corps #39. This is the second, the Blackest Night book for you to check out this week. It's probably the hardest one to kind of get your head around and get into, but oh my word, it's basically what you're finding out in this book is how Blackest Night is affecting Oa, the home of the Green Lanterns. And let me tell you this, I don't think I'm giving away too much by saying it's not good for the Green Lanterns in this one. We haven't seen the moment yet where they start to turn the tide and look like they're going to actually defeat Blackest Night and come out the other side. It's just getting darker and deeper and harsher for the DC Universe in this one at the moment. Great stuff, and definitely worth you checking out. This is Green Lantern Corps #39 out this week. The third Blackest Night book that you're going to need this week is this one, Batman Blackest Night. It's the first part of a 3-part mini-series, and the first part basically essentially sees Batman and Robin coming to terms with the events of Blackest Night, i.e. the dead rising and becoming members of the Black Lantern Corps. Just really kind of great setup stuff for this Blackest Night thing. It's just taking us a little bit further into it, and further down that road into this deep dark pit that will possibly leave the DC Universe changed forever. This is Batman Blackest Night #1, and it's out right now. So that's pretty much all we've got time for this week on Fantastic Realm. Before I go, you may have noticed that this is episode number 48 of Fantastic Realm, which means we're getting really close to our first birthday as a show. To celebrate, here at the store, every Tuesday and Wednesday, we've got a special 20% discount on anything in the shop. If you come down, you can get 20% off anything in the shop at all as a special kind of warm-up to our first birthday celebrations. Those will be coming up, and what exactly those are going to entail, I'll be letting you know over the next few weeks. So keep rating us, keep sending us your comments and your questions, and don't forget, if you're feeling the show, let somebody know. We'll catch you up next week. You can buy any of the books we reviewed at fantasticrealm.co.uk, and don't forget to quote the code FAN1 to get yourself a 10% discount. You can also check us out at our eBay store and see more videos, or join our online communities at Facebook, MySpace and YouTube. We've now launched the Fantastic Realm video podcast on iTunes, so feel free to add a comment about this video below, and don't forget you can drop by the store to check out what we've got in stock.